Good evening and thank you for watching Times News with me, Miriam Montambo. First, the headlines. Cotton buyers agree with farmers to buy cotton at 360 Malawi kwacha per kilogram, exceeding government's minimum price. It has been revealed that most defilement cases involving rich people drag in courts due to corruption within the judicial system. Students doing development-related studies at the Catholic University challenged to be key in development of the countries. We have these and many more other stories. Stay tuned. Cotton buyers agreed with farmers in the country to buy the cotton at 360 Malawi kwacha per kilogram, which exceeds government's set minimum price by 40 kwacha. Last month, the farmers vowed not to sell their produce at the government's set minimum price of 320 Malawi kwacha per kilogram, arguing that they would not be able to earn any profit. Matthews Kasanda has a report.
Cotton Farmers Association COFA President Dickson Gundani has told Times that COFA met Minister of Agriculture Robin Lowe, who advised the farmers to discuss with the buyers. He says they have so far managed to negotiate with Malawi Cotton and Afresian that have agreed to buy cotton at 360 kwacha per kg. Gundani has since urged farmers in the country to make sure that they are selling their cotton in groups for them to be able to sell at better prices.
And this price again to the Malawi cotton, but which argument they are still negotiating with the government and the Minister of Finance and even the collaboration of the Minister of Agriculture. How are they going to assist us? Their friends, they have raised it to 360 and they were just waiting for the answer.
Last month, Gundani told Times that the farmers were not satisfied with the government's minimum set price of 320 kwacha and proposed that the price be set between 400 kwacha and 450 kwacha per kg. Responding to their proposal last month, Ministry of Agriculture spokesperson Grecian Lungu said the 320 kwacha price was reached after consultations with different stakeholders, including the buyers.
It has been revealed that most defilement cases involving rich people drag in courts due to corruption within the judicial system. This has come to light during the training of the police officers on effective management of sexual violence against children organized by Center for Human Rights, Education Advice and Assistance, CREA in Blantyre. Thomas Kachere has more in this report.
According to CREA's monitoring and evaluation manager, Spiwe Malihera, the training came at the right time when the public expects to have justice from the courts. He said being an organization, CREA is focused on promoting human rights and also highly involved in promoting rights of children and women. Malihera urged officers to desist from corrupt practices when handling cases. He then said at the moment they are also implementing a project called Access to Paralegal Aid Services aimed at assisting victims to access justice. Malihera also said lack of safety homes for victims remains a challenge in the country in fighting sexual and gender-based violence.
If you might have noted, cases of sexual and gender-based violence have been on the increase lately. So we have a project that we are implementing called Access to Paralegal Aid Services at One Stop Center. Basically, the aim is to assist victims of sexual and gender-based violence access justice in a speedy and quality manner. So one of the issues that we've noted is that there are challenges that are involving cases of sexual and gender-based violence, mainly to do with police. Sometimes they are highly involved with corruption issues when handling these matters. So we thought of mobilizing these police officers to this forum or to this venue and have a chat and a discussion on them, how they should be, reminding them that they are, despite being police officers, they are also accountable. And whenever they are discharging their duties, they have to know that if they are conducting corrupt practices, they will be arrested. But we're also focusing on reminding them on basic steps of how effectively they can manage these offenses.
Meanwhile, one of the participants, Inspector Chance Chifumbi from the Victim Support Unit from Southwest Region Police, said the training is important and will assist them to effectively discharge their duties.
This training is a very, very important meeting to the Malawi police. But now, because we have learned a lot, we'll know how to handle a child and how we can investigate, even assist the child victim.
The officers who attended the training were drawn from various police stations.
Students doing development-related studies at the Catholic University have been challenged to be key in the development of the country. Frank Chidampamba, who is an economic development research expert, said the youth are critical in the realization of the country's Malawi 2063 development blueprint. James Chauluka reports.
Chidampamba was speaking when the students launched the Development Students Association over the weekend. The association comprises students from development, generic, community development and adult education. He said hope for the youth represent hope for the future of the country. He specifically challenged the students to be innovative and come up with solutions to various problems the country is facing.
Need to be participants, key active participants in realizing this vision and not just mere spectators of what is happening in the economy. They are to drive this agenda, and it has to be youth-centric, as I mentioned in that book, that let them be at the center and forefront of realizing this vision. They may not have the capital, but as university students, they are already getting the necessary knowledge. It is that knowledge that we need in the communities, knowledge that should be used to assess the challenges that communities are facing, and not just assess them, but also come up with solutions that will help their families, themselves, and their communities at large. That knowledge is a capital. That knowledge is an asset that may be used to transform this country.
President of the association, Venetia Gamlet, said the students are getting requisite knowledge to help them in transforming the country.
Our department, the things that we're learning, the theories, the practices, we're dealing with development policies, we are learning why these policies are not materializing. So one day, we are hoping that we'll be in the decision-making positions so we can come up with our own policies and we'll be able to implement them in a way that they will be productive and materialize and develop our countries. Because we're very much aware, we're being taught why these policies are failing, because maybe of issues to do with the leadership. On leadership, we have things like corruption and things like those are the things that we're really lacking us. Well, that's why we're lacking behind in the case of development. But the policies are there, they are the guidelines, they are very, if they are to be followed and implemented, they would benefit the country. So
Matron of the association, Melina Piri, said the association has already started showing its fruits, and this will be sustained.
Meanwhile, National Planning Commission over the weekend donated Braille version of copies of the Malawi 2063 to the Malawi Union for the Blind, MUB. Speaking during the handover ceremony, NPC Director General Thomas Muntali said inclusion is one of the key pillars of the Malawi 2063. James Njauloka reports.
Malawi Union for the Blind will then in turn distribute the copies to its members so that they too understand what is contained in the vision. During the handover ceremony, Blessings, a lady with visual impairment, read the first page of the book to demonstrate that the Braille version is exactly as it is in the print version. NPC Director General Thomas Munhali said no one should be left behind in the country's quest to realize the vision, and that includes people with disabilities.
This is a must for us to must have done, because if you read our vision in Malawi 2063, it says an inclusively wealthy and self-reliant nation. So if you're talking of inclusivity, it means each Malawian has to be part and parcel of it. And therefore those that have visual impairment, should also appreciate what their vision is. And by extension, that will help them to know what it is that they can do to actively take part in its implementation.
MUB President Moses Yohane held
the maximum of close to 80 patients. So how much oxygen would 80 patients, where everyone needs 3, which is about 240 cylinders, which is more like you need 4 gas plants like this to to manufacture oxygen. So already as of now, if we have a challenge, the challenge will still be oxygen.
Meanwhile, a humanitarian organization, Muslim World League, has supported the hospital with COVID-19 medical supplies worth 75 million kwacha. Muslim World League Executive Advisor Sheikh Walid El Saad said it is their obligation to serve the community.
World League, we are not an organization to serve Muslims, we serve humanity at large without looking at colors, race or religion, and this is why we are here.
The donation included personal protective equipment, masks and sanitizers, among others.
As several public hospitals are struggling to renovate their facilities due to what they call limited resources, Lions Club International, through Mzuzu Lions Club, has embarked on a 402 million kwacha renovation drive for the first eye hospital to be premised at Mzuzu Central Hospital. The project will take 4 years to complete, where this year the club will renovate sanitary facilities, paint ceilings, and has bought a Land Cruiser vehicle to help the hospital with outreach services. Feston Malekazo has the report.
Speaking after launching the project, Lions Club International, District Governor of Malawi and Mozambique, Ken Banda, said this was a grant that selected Lions clubs in the country were challenged to apply. Banda then said once donors have made donations such as constructing a hospital block, the recipient should take a leading role in taking care of the facility so that it lives long.
You see, government works with partners, and sometimes we feel sad that the partners come, they give us whatever they can give us, and expect that they will continue coming and looking after the whatever has been donated, which I think is wrong. So I was this morning speaking to the management of the hospital that this project is going to run for 4 years, and after that it will be the responsibility of the hotel to look after whatever has been donated here.
Zuzu Central Hospital Director Frank Sinyiza said since the eye section was constructed in 2007, it has never been rehabilitated. Sinyiza said the drive has come at the right time when the hospital is also making some refurbishments for the entire hospital.
As you know that eye is crucial. If you have lost sight, you also lose productivity. So it also have got an impact on the economy because we need to have people who have got sight for them to productively contribute to the economy. Apart from that, as a central hospital, we also cater for the whole northern region because most of the patients are referred to us.
Apart from the infrastructure development, the initiative has other components such as service delivery publicity and eye health awareness and human resource development.
This is the news at 8 on Times Television with me, Miriam Montambo. We'll be right back shortly after this break.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Ipolole kungonjezera mayunitsi atnm kuyambira 200 kwacha kapena kuposera pamenepo mutha kukhala mmodzi mwa mamilioneya mu TNM Tikolole promotion. Koma mukaonjezera mayunitsi ndi 100 kwacha kapena kuposerapo mudzilandira mabonus oyimbira foni, SMS kapena data pompo.
TNM, always with you.
will attribute the improved profitability.
Per month. So this is also a very good thing because people realize that the SACCO is benefiting them. If it doesn't have enough capital, then they can't be getting loans as they wanted.
Just like any other sectors of the economy, the SACCO movement faced some challenges in the year 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Chewa Heritage Foundation Women's Desk Southern Region Chapter on Saturday donated iron sheets, notebooks and foodstuffs to Malia Community-Based Care Center in Jaweta Village, T.A. Kuntaja in Blantyre. Speaking when presenting the donation, Regional Secretary for the group, Saulos Chilima, said following the teachings of the mentor and father of Chewa tribe, Paramount Gawaundi, they felt obliged to acknowledge the support of the good practice of the people of Malia in supporting early learning initiative. We have a report by Liliweni Mbasa, which is read by the studios at, Eric Msigiti.
Speaking when presenting the donation, Regional Secretary for the group, Saulos Chilima, said the first few years of human development are crucial as it is a time when somatic changes, including growth and development of the brain in children, occurs. She said early cognitive development is one of the major factors that determine school performance and progress at a later stage in life. This is why, as a group, the Chewa Heritage Foundation Women Desk Southern Region Chapter felt obliged to support the good practice of the people of Malia in supporting early learning of children.
Foundation of education is from these young ones, so if they are able to do their education from this background, wherever they will be going to start their primary school, they are very much sharp in their minds.
Head teacher for the school, Eunice Nkunda, said the nursery has an enrollment of 102 children and 6 volunteer caregivers. She said exposing these children to such programs ensures that they develop their basic skills, attitudes, behaviors and values that will last for a lifetime. She therefore called on well-wishers to support their cause. Group Village Headman Kujoweta said Malia CBCC was privileged to have an Indian donor, KK Desire, who pledged to build a classroom block. She said the donor erected a classroom foundation before passing on in an unfortunate circumstance in the early 90s. The village head added that they have a brick oven which has been dormant since then and therefore asked well-wishers to help. Malia CBCC caters for children aged between 3 to 5 years and is managed by members of the community on voluntary basis.
And that's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines once again. Cotton buyers agree with the farmers to buy cotton at 360 Malawi kwacha per kilogram, exceeding government's minimum price. It has been revealed that most defilement cases involving rich people drag in courts due to corruption within the judicial system. Students doing the development-related studies at the Catholic University challenged to be the key in the development of the country. You've been with me, Miriam Muntambo. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website on www.times.malawi or by liking our Facebook page on Times 360 Malawi or following us on Twitter at Times 360 Malawi. Remember to wash your hands on the regular, observe social and physical distance, and mask up. Remember, it's COVID season. Please stay safe. Have a good night.